Good morning, Mount Pleasant. It is a fine Thursday morning here in the studio at 101.1 The Beat. My name is Brandt Beach. I'm your sports host here for WHMW, and I'm with my buddies, Trevor Sparks, Chance Hamilton, and we're... You guys gonna go for it? We're just talking ball. It's finally good to get back on here. It's been a little over a week because we had to reschedule to Thursdays, but we're finally back. This is our third episode, but we're technically going to call it our pilot episode because we finally got the cameras up. We finally got a full production going. We're going to get this one on the socials now, and it's also convenient. It's just before Thanksgiving and then the end of the semester. But hey, we got it up, we got it going, and we're just talking ball for here. If this is your first time listening, this is our sports show here on WMHW where, we just a bunch of guys in a room and we like to talk about sports, what's going on in Central Michigan, what's going on in Detroit, what's going around the league. And we kind of decided the first thing we should cover was the big game last night, some midweek action. Central Michigan went down to Ohio and defeated Kent State 28-16, improving to 7-4 on the season. First off, I didn't ask you guys, how you doing this week?
Doing good.
Completely forgot. I got so wrapped up in the football. I mean, we've been moving around so much this week. It feels like.
Yeah, it's busy. Getting close to finals week, end of semester. It's always busy. But we're pushing through, and life is good.
Yeah, we're in the doldrums of the semester. We're just we're hanging in there, but we're getting it done.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, so. We were kind of talking about this a little bit before. I was only able to catch, the second half of it. I was watching the update as much as possible. What kind of, the first initial impressions of the night?
Well, I think we played well enough, at least. It's only Kent State. They have an interim head coach. I will say I think they're a little bit better than their record might suggest. They've been competitive all year, even in the blowouts. They've shown some fight, but... Yeah, I think it was just a solid win for the team. Matt Drinkall, winning record. We're 5-2 in the MAC with 1 to go. Hopes for Detroit are a little bit down right now, but
I can't say that.
Can't say that.
You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith in the boys.
You gotta believe.
Okay. No. I think it was a great game. I kind of had the same impression going into this too, that Kent State was a little undervalued. Because, a lot of their losses came from out of conference and from, powerhouse teams. I think they had Oklahoma earlier in the season.
No, they had, 3 ranked matchups.
Yeah, exactly. And then their ranked games, they were kind of back and forth on some of them. But, I mean, you kind of think that they lost to the teams that were objectively good in the conference,
Yeah.
But, I mean, we led the entire game from the get-go. We never trailed. Scored early. What was it? It was an 18-play, 10-minute drive?
Yeah, no, it was a long, sustained drive that ate up, the entire first quarter.
Right.
And scored a touchdown at the end, which is exactly what you want to see out of a hard-hitting, physical football team like ours.
Right. Drinkle bring in with some of that Army energy, dude.
Exactly.
That's my favorite part about how he coaches. That I'm a big guy that comes with, the service branch teams. Go Navy. By the way, but I will admit, just seeing that kind of play style bleed out onto other teams, that's always fun.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm looking at the record history here for a team. The last time we had 7 or more wins was obviously 2021 when we went to the Sun Bowl and won. Then before that was 2019, and we finished 8-6. Then it was 2017, 8-5. So we're walking in some pretty good territory right now. 7-4 in the season, facing Toledo next week. And then obviously bowl eligible now.
Yup.
That dub against Buffalo last Wednesday. I mean, it feels pretty good, first year for Matt Drinkle and him getting this team bowl eligible. I was sitting in the press conference last Wednesday and, hearing Heldman talk, hearing Labus talk, Langston Lewis talking, it's like these athletes are really grateful and fired up for this opportunity. And so they have this fire lit underneath them. And as far as we go for the hopes of Detroit, I mean, we got to rely on Ball State and Buffalo next week for Ohio, Miami, Ohio. But, I mean, it's still definitely possible. I mean, we're in the world of FBS college football, guys. I mean, I've seen crazier things like Vanderbilt upsetting number 1 Alabama a few years ago. So, it's not out of the question. We control our destiny to an extent.
Yeah, I absolutely think Buffalo can take – they have Ohio,
Yeah, they got Ohio.
Yep.
I think that's totally possible, even though Ohio is probably one of the better teams in the conference. Are they better than Central? I admittedly have to kind of think, yeah, probably just by looking by the numbers. That being said, like you mentioned, it is the MAC. Anything that can happen there. Miami's got Ball State. That one I'm a bit more tense on. I don't quite trust Ball State on that one. I was looking at it just before coming into the studio, and I'm like, okay, so we need to win out. We can take Toledo, especially at its home. First off, going undefeated at home would be huge, especially with a first-year head coach, especially trying to reset the reputation and the identity of this team. Coming home, getting a undefeated home record would be absolutely amazing, and we'll see that on Thanksgiving weekend. I think we could totally take the Toledo game, so it's just up to how those other two team games fare. And it would suck. It sucks because it's out of our control, you know? And you could always look back, oh, you wish you had that Akron game back. You wish you had the Western game back. You know, you wish you could go undefeated in the conference. Everybody would say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it sucks having that out of your hands. But the fact of the matter is that regardless, even if you don't make MAC championship, this is already an objective improvement on this team.
Exactly. And we might be in it next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. You have next year.
We got next year.
If you can improve this much with an entirely new coaching staff, and I don't know the numbers for transfers in and out. I mean, Joe was a transfer, was he not?
A couple years ago.
Couple years ago. Okay, so he's been on the roster a little bit, but still, you had to learn a whole new roster.
Exactly.
You know, so if you're able to improve this team so much by then, like, what's next year going to look like? You know, there's only up from here.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's exactly it too. And in the couple of talks I've had with Matt Drinkle, you know, I mean, one of the big things he's hammering home is that culture, changing the culture here.
Thank you.
You know, and it's honestly really cool hearing that from from a personal standpoint of like, you know, this head coach and you see the results translating in year number one so quickly with these athletes. It's honestly awesome. Like, it's so awesome.
Right, absolutely. I mean, like I said, like, okay, I mean, what do I have in my notes here? Bowl eligible for the first time since 2021. This is Drinkle's resume on the year, right? 7 wins so far, hopefully 8. 5 conference wins, hopefully 6. 3 road wins. Yeah, like, that's sick. And, like, your road losses were to Michigan. Okay. Let's be honest, we expected that one. That was out of anybody's control. Let's be honest. Shoot, I don't have it pulled up with me right now, but yeah, your road losses. You had Michigan. You beat San Jose, who was was a much better team.
Yeah,
at the time, you upset those guys your first game. Like,
that was a big
hearing about that game, that was sick.
I was up till 2.
Okay, yeah, your road losses are to Pitt, who was ranked at least for a week. That's fair. And then Akron, again, I'm still convinced we could have had that one. Still convinced. And of course, the KZoo guys, the guys on the west side of the state. Again, should have had that one.
Yeah.
You know, you'll always say, like, it doesn't matter. We could have went winless the rest of the season. We just had to have that one. But Cannon's there next year. You always got to look next year, and I think this is going to be a much better team next year. But
and next year it's at Kelly Shorts, so.
And it is at Kelly Shorts.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, speaking of games that probably should have been won, the Lions.
Oh, boy.
I mean, where do we begin?
Where do we begin? I mean, I'll start with the elephant in the room. Jared Goff, 14 of 37, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception on a tip drill.
Lowest completion percentage of the year so far at 37.8. That was. I don't know if that. I heard that was probably his career lowest. I didn't check that one.
I heard that somewhere too. I don't know if it's true. Did not fact check that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Keep talking, and I'll see if I can find it.
I will keep talking. I mean, and like on offense and stuff, like Jahmyr Gibbs and Jamison Williams are about the 2 only lights that I saw, honestly. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously, just generational running back. I mean, we were talking about last week, he's up there with like Billy Sims and Barry Sanders in terms of like touchdowns before age something. So, in that regard, you know, I think Jahmyr Gibbs and Jamison Williams, you know, you get the generational talent out of Alabama, they're always going to light up the offense, whether your quarterback play or the O-line play is doing good or not. So, I think David Montgomery probably needs to get even more involved. I saw a stat on Twitter a few days ago, and it's like his yards per carry is still the same as it was last year in the years prior, when Sonic and Knuckles was basically in its prime. So, but you're going to a new offensive coordinator, and Dan Campbell taking over play calling over the last 2 games. I mean, got to get, David Montgomery, who's probably a running back 1 on over half the teams in the league, get him involved as well.
Yeah, so what I'm it's only so much I can find stats wise, but things are telling me 37.8 is his career lowest, and is tied for the 5th worst in a game in Lions franchise history with a minimum of 35 attempts. Oh. I mean, that's just so uncharacteristic of Goff, because the crazy thing is that Lions fans, like, he has these kind of games, and they're calling for his head.
Okay,
I don't get that.
I haven't watched a whole lot of Lions football this year.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But, how has O-line play affected the overall offense? Because I feel like with Frank Ragnow retiring, and then, there's just a lot of question marks across the entire O-line. Is the pressure getting to Goff? Is he making more mistakes because they're getting in his head?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely what it is. Like, yeah, the O-line, like, Ragnow retires unexpectedly after all the free agency signings, the draft. Chris Mahogany is hurt. He's a younger guy, but he's still a stud. Graham Glasgow has declined in the center position.
Kevin Zeitler
left as well. So that interior, Taylor Decker, love the guy. He's still amazing, but he's only getting older. Panay's still playing at the top of his game, but some edge rushers are starting to figure him out a little bit.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the big weakness. Jared Goff is a under center guy. He thrives on play action. And so when he doesn't get the time to work, that's an issue. People always bring up the stat that, when he's under pressure, his game dramatically drops. And, yeah, I can understand that because Campbell has figured out the playbook that play action pass is where he thrives. He thrives in how those plays develop. And so when he doesn't get that time, there's not much he can do. And he's not no Lamar. He's no Mayfield. He's no Allen. He's not a mobile guy. We get that. And so we've built our playbook and our team around that. And so people talk, oh, well, when he's pressured, he can't avoid a sack. Yeah, because he runs at the speed of a turtle taking a dump. I mean, come on. Like, you got to understand, like, his strength comes with his arms, not his legs, okay?
Right. And then how much of that is on the offensive weapons? Like, I've seen more drops from Amon-Ra St. Brown this year than I think I ever have.
Again, another uncharacteristic night. He was 2 for 12.
Yeah.
On that one. I memorized that one. 2 for 12, 42 yards. I mean, you're still averaging 21 yards of reception there, but, like, you don't grab 10 of those. And mind you, like, Goff was off target all night. But I'm sure there were a couple of times where it hits Amon-Ra in the hands and it just drops it. Like, if I were him, I would be so mad.
Yeah, and like I saw people complaining about Jared Goff wearing the gloves, outdoor stadium.
Only one that can pull that off is Teddy Two Gloves. Everybody knows that.
But I will say he did that last year for a few games. I know for sure against the Packers, and they won. They dominated, and so. I don't think it's the gloves. I think Jared. I mean, I've been watching Lions football for a good amount of years now, and Jared Goff just has a Jared Goff game sometimes, and
right.
It happens. I mean, all teams have bad games, but it makes me nervous going forward, sitting at 6-4, and like obviously we got the Giants next week, but then you look ahead, and then we have the Bears, we have Vikings again, we have the Rams, we have the Packers on Thanksgiving, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like looking ahead, we need to get some stuff figured out soon. We're over halfway through the season. If we want a fighting chance to make the playoffs, the current playoff picture, Lions aren't in it. Playoff pictures, Lions are in the hunt, sitting at 6-4, and so we have to figure something out here. Or else it's not going to look good for us come January.
Otherwise, you're going to let Chicago get in over you. That's
okay.
On itself.
Okay. I wanted to focus on the Lions, but if you want to mention it right now, Chicago is not staying in the top seed. No, because hold on. I wish I had the tab up right. No, but Chicago
schedule coming up. So
yeah, exactly. Look at their wins or look at their losses rather, right? So Chicago Bears, right? You beat the Vikings when they're on a downturn already. That's fine. 9 ain't doing nothing, right? You beat the Giants, the Bengals, the Saints, the Commanders, the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Vikings beat you earlier in the season when they were somewhat decent. So, and their losses are Vikings, us by 1 million, or Lions, I should say, and then the Ravens. I don't even know if Lamar was back by then. That would have been October 26th, so a month ago.
Yeah.
So they've lost to all of the league leading teams, and now they play the Eagles 2 weeks from now. They play the Packers in Green Bay. They play Packers again, 49ers even, and then us in the last game, or Lions' last game of the season. So
they could legitimately lose out.
They could.
I mean, there's a chance. I don't think they will, though. I don't think they will. I think like a game at like Pittsburgh or the Browns. Yeah, probably. But I mean, you look at their resume, and their only wins are against teams that do not have good records.
That's what I'm saying. And like, you hate to say is like, oh well, you only hate on the Bears because they're the Bears and they're always bad every year, and you're just a biased Lions fan. Look at the numbers.
Exactly.
Look at the numbers. You don't have a good win all season. You don't. I don't think any of the teams that they beat are over 500 at all. Except are the Vikings even? Vikings are 5-5, aren't they?
They're like
4-5. What is the
4-6?
4-6.
4-6. Yeah, again, so you don't have a win that's over 500.
Exactly.
You know, this isn't gonna last, and like you might take the Steelers, especially with Aaron Rodgers out, because you got good old Mason Rudolph coming back. Heck yeah, man. Yeah. And then the Browns with maybe Shador if they don't ship him out by then. He's got a month. He's got a month to figure it out. We can get on that once we're done with the Lions, but what I wanted to really focus on with the Lions was the 0 for 5 on fourth down.
Yeah, and I think this is a good time to address yet the other elephant in the room. Sam Laporta went on IR right before the game. And sounds like it's some sort of fractured vertebrae type thing. That's what I was hearing. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but if that is the case, I mean, that's 4 to 12 weeks plus.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Laporta has been one of the best players for the Lions all year. I mean, he has filled in the gap where Amon-Ra has not been there in terms of receptions. And so I think Sam Laporta, I mean, I was hyping him up all season. I mean, I think he's a top 3 or 2 tight end in the league prior to the injury. He was doing incredible.
Tyler Warren. How's Kittle's year been doing?
He got put on IR too.
Okay, so of course he's with the 49ers.
Why I mean,
49 IRs.
Yeah.
So, Tyler Warren is the only one I can objectively say is better than anybody.
Yeah,
better than anybody's tight end.
And Brock Bowers had like 2 good games, but like that's
I believe it. I believe it.
He's
Then
been on IR too, or like injured.
What is going on with tight ends then? Oh my gosh,
it is not a good year for tight ends. Trust, fantasy is not good for me.
Yeah, you're telling me much. Who do I even have on fantasy for? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, it's rough. But I mean, fantasy football aside, Sam Laporta going IR is a pretty huge loss. Obviously, we got Brock Wright, legacy game against the New York Jets a couple years ago. But I mean, I love Brock Wright. I'm a Brock Wright believer. I believe, but I just I worry about that. And going back to the 0 for 5 on fourth down and stuff. I mean, who was there on 4th and 2 against the Vikings for a 40-yard touchdown the other week? I'll tell you who. Sam Laporta. So, I mean, Sam Laporta has been clutch in those fourth down moments.
Yeah, exactly. And having that, that losing that out too. I just heard back injury. I guess I didn't look too much into it. You probably looked into it more than I did.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a vertebrae and he's going to be out for max 12 weeks, that's end of season.
Yeah.
I mean, traditionally they've been pretty clear and open about those kind of injuries, I feel like. I guess to a star player, you know what? Maybe they'll be like, oh, he'll be back once his IR time is up. I don't know, but no.
But the fractured vertebrae is all rumor. It's still listed as a back injury, but if that were to be the injury, I mean, that's still 4 to 12 weeks, and that's still. I mean, you look at 4 weeks ahead. I mean, it's 4 weeks ahead is, let's see. So he got put on IR before Philadelphia. So he missed Philadelphia. So you're on IR for up to a minimum of 4 weeks. So you missed Philadelphia, New York, Green Bay, and Dallas. The first game he would be eligible to return is against the Rams, which that'd be huge.
Yeah, we would need that.
We would need that. But then it goes Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and then Chicago for those last 3. And then, I mean, we play like this. We play like how we've been playing for some of these games. Are playoffs even in the picture by the time we hit December 25th?
Okay, no, hold on. Lions are making playoffs. I don't know if it's at the top of the division or as a wild card. It better be at the top of the division.
I think it's wild card.
Really?
I think you finish at the top of the division.
Really?
Yeah.
If we get our stuff together, easy.
Yeah.
But I just worry about like us having another game like how we had against Minnesota or Philadelphia or Green Bay at the start of the year, where the O-line is not doing anything and our offense is not firing all cylinders. The good news is, though, Dan Campbell on play calling now. He's opened up the playbook. When we saw it against the Commanders 44-22, he was opening up the playbook, and he was cooking really well. So if playbook's more open, we got the Giants this week. Now, obviously, I'm not looking over them to Green Bay for Thanksgiving. Giants, I mean, you saw what they were doing before the injury.
Giants, I just feel bad for them. I was a huge Scadaboo lover. I still love the guy. I've been seeing some of his live stream content the past week. But then Jackson Dart goes out with concussion. Malik Neighbors earlier in the season. Yeah, it's hard not to feel bad for him, but yeah, no, this week's game should be fine.
They could be eliminated from the playoffs this week. They're the first.
Giants will?
Yeah.
Really? They're the first ones to go?
They're the first ones. I think I saw it a little bit earlier.
Oh, yeah, I saw that graphic where like the Titans could potentially squeeze in as a 5 seed in the AFC if they win.
Bro.
That was the funniest thing to me. But yeah, no, next week should be fine. I think the playoff seeding entirely depends on the Thanksgiving game. And
100%.
And it sucks to have a must-win game on Thanksgiving when, you'd rather be sitting home, you'd rather be hanging out with your family. But no, you got to be glued to the TV at 1 o'clock, which, I don't know. And then they also play on Christmas, too. I was looking at that. Like, they play on December 21st and then on Christmas Day. So that you get, and it's the Vikings, too, on Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. So you get 3 days to turn over to then play on Christmas in a division opponent. That's like, why does it have to be a division team? You play on, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's how it goes. Nothing like a little Christmas and Thanksgiving stress for the family. But
yeah.
I mean, I think we will get our stuff together. I trust Dan Campbell so much. I mean, he's turned the franchise around the last 4 years. So I think if he can turn the whole franchise around, and we still got our superstars on offense, I think once we turn it around, I don't think it's a matter if, because I mean, there's obviously that doubt because recent games. But when we turn it around, I think playoffs are still in the picture. But if we don't, I don't think playoffs are in the picture.
You can trust Campbell, but you still got to hold him accountable for missing 5 times on 4th down. I was doing the math. I was doing a little bit of Monday morning coaching, right? So 3 of those 4th down attempts were at Philly's 32, their 3, and their 45. All of those are within Bates' range. Now, I understand there was like 40-mile-per-hour wind, and he wasn't even able to make a 48 or something or 45 something in like pre-game practice. So I understand that much. You also got to give credit to the defense too for holding Philly to only a field goal after all of those failed conversions. I think it was like the first time they failed on one. They only held them to a field goal because it was on the Lions side of the 50.
Oh, is that the interception that you're talking about? Or
maybe it was both, because I think they got a field goal off both of those.
Yeah, they got the field goal off of the tip drill interception.
Yeah, but I was doing the math, right? So you punt away the ball when it's too far to go on, right? So when you're on that fake punt, why run a fake punt there? I love Grant Stewart. I think he's one of the hardest working guys on special teams, but like when the Phillies starting defensive front is out there and they can still manhandle the starting O-line, why do you think you have a chance running it up the middle on the special team line? Regardless, kick that one away. Philly doesn't get the field goal off of that one, so that makes it a 9-13 game. You kick a field goal on 2 of the ones that were close enough, so the one at the 3 and the one at the 32. And then best case, that game ends 15-13 Lions win if you get that one. Like I said, wind was probably going crazy, so that definitely played it. J-Mo's penalty after his touchdown that costed an extra point probably also played into that. I'm stealing a little bit from Ben Bosher's show, I'll admit, on this one. But Ben said on that show that he thinks that play costed 4 points, and by the way he explained it, I totally agree with him. That play costed 4 points because when they get to the 3, the next drive or later on in the drive, like they're down 4 points, so there's no point in kicking a field goal there because it's not going to make a difference. You're still going to be down a point. You have to go for the touchdown, and then it fails. So if that, I mean, for comedic factor, that was amazing.
That was fun.
That was absolutely amazing. But I also agree. It's a stupid rule. It's a stupid rule, but it's also been enforced that way since the dawn of time.
Yep.
So you have to be aware of that. But one thing I'll have to disagree with, I think it was Ben. I don't know if it was Ben or Mike Valenti with 97.1 who said this. I can't stand Valenti, by the way. He said that like J-Mo's got to be aware of that and that he's a fool for doing that. Like, no, that's the way J-Mo's played the entire time. He's always had these outrageous celebrations and
just having a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have a kicker like Bates, you trust him to make a extra point. I don't think he was thinking about that at the time. And you're playing ball. You're just a guy playing ball, and you're out there to have fun.
Yeah, and it was windy. I
mean, exactly. And J-Mo's a good player when we actually utilize him.
That one catch with the one touchdown with all that YAC, you just got to get him the ball, and he can take it down the field.
Yeah, the speed will burn defenders 9 times out of 10.
Right, exactly. Like you see it a million times. Super Waymo was a thing for a reason last season.
Yeah,
but you gotta also think about you can pick apart all these things that went wrong, but you also got to figure out how you're converting on third down. You went 3 of 13 on third
exactly.
down. That's just abysmal. Like how does that happen? And if you convert on third down, you don't have to convert on fourth down. So, like, I mean, to only go 3 for 13,
it's an execution thing at that point. I mean, if you can't even convert on third down, that's an execution thing. And
Exactly.
that goes back to the O-line being banged up and not being stellar.
yeah, I 100% agree.
One of my big takeaways, though, was the defense.
The
defense, I mean, the conversation you hear around the horn now, like, has the defense surpassed the offense now on this team? And I'm not quite sold yet. I don't know. I don't know why I'm hesitant. I think if you give me one more good game with the defense being good, then I'll agree. But, I mean, so far this season, Coach Shepard has impressed me. I love the guy. I love how he's turned this team around. I love the Legion of Whom when they pop off. I love his energy. I love that fact that he has a personal Instagram account and he feels like it seems like he's no different than the athletes. Which, I mean, some people can comment on that, but I think it's great. I think he's a great personality and a great hire. And anytime you talk about him, dude, he's talking about like culture. He's talking about being aggressive, working with what you have, next man up. Like, you can't not love the guy, you know?
Exactly.
On the other hand, Coach John Morton, he's a field general, you know? And maybe that plays to his strengths, but I don't think that plays into the Lions' strengths here. I think he's probably a decent coach. I'm sure he's a swell guy, but I think his style of play is not what the Lions need right now.
Yeah.
he was he's coming from Denver. He was our passing game coordinator last year, and I feel like the Lions probably saw what he did out in the AFC West with Bo Nix, and they said maybe this is what we need. Goff, he's a pass heavy quarterback. Bring in a passing game coordinator, and we can keep the offense high flying. We can keep that tempo up. But that just hasn't been it this year.
Right.
I don't know what's going on, but it's just a down year for the Lions offense, which is not something I expected to see coming into the year.
Speaking of Denver, I feel like I've covered everything I wanted to about the Lions. Let's pitch it to the rest of the NFL. Chance, now's your turn.
Alrighty. So the Denver Broncos, the kings of the AFC West, the kings of the AFC, and according to Cam Scattaboo, the eventual kings of the NFL.
I saw that when you sent that earlier.
Ooh.
Cam Scattaboo on some kind of video. I sent it to you guys earlier.
It was. Yeah. I think it looked like it was. Or no, he was. I don't know what he was doing. Who knows what he's up to?
Yeah, he's a
shenanigans with the injuries and whatever. But he said he thinks the Denver Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl, and because his reasoning was they beat us, which I mean. I'll take.
You know what?
But heck yeah.
Say less.
But no, we beat the Kansas City Chiefs 19-22 on a walk-off field goal. That's like our 5th walk-off field goal.
I was just about to say that was the first thing I texted you when that game ended.
Welcome to Fraudville, USA, Kansas City.
Exactly,
dude.
Exactly.
Okay.
5-5, well out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we went into that game shockingly underdogs at home to the Chiefs. I mean,
That's so silly.
it's ridiculous, but we remain undefeated at home. I think it's 11 or 12 games straight at home, including last season. And Sean Payton, after the game, was saying that the fans were just amazing. He's never heard them louder. The Broncos hold the just sports record as of right now for longest home sellout streak that goes back to the 70s.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
I did not know that. That's actually crazy.
Let's ride.
And so we love our Broncos out in Denver, and we show up, and this was game officials were saying that the Broncos considered this their biggest game since the Super Bowl.
I did see that.
Bo Nix, he showed up. He went, 24-37 for 295 yards. No touchdowns, but
Really?
no touchdowns. But he was clutch when he needed to be. The offense just looked better. We have a wide receiver, Troy Franklin. He is a coin flip. He either drops the widest open touchdown pass, or he catches the strangest double coverage, and he converted on multiple third downs right when we needed him to. And so our run game got shut down, unfortunately. We were really hoping to see an R.J. Harvey breakout game after J.K. Dobbins went down for the season. He only got 30 yards on 11 carries. Whew, we just got shut down. But the real story of the day was our defense. We held Pat Mahomes to 276 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Should be 2. One of them was a pick 6 that got called back due to illegal contact.
Because of course.
Because of course, it was rookie Jade Barron who picked it off, returned it to the house.
Illegal contact, leverage, overthrow. When does it end? When does it end?
No, we got penalized. I think it was I can't remember how many times, but for 175 yards on the day.
175 yards a penalty. Oh my!
Yeah.
Good.
Wow.
Good grief.
Probably half of those.
How much offense did you guys have? Total offense?
Total offense, 342.
So almost half of your total offense gets negated by penalty. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so, about half of those flags were on cornerback Riley Moss, the Iowa legend.
Iowa superstar Riley Moss.
He's a physical corner, and he admits, yes, he hand fights a little bit too much. And that was apparent, but some of those calls just all year have been a little ticky-tack, and they're specifically calling them on him. Just throw an underthrow, deep ball, and you're going to get a call for it.
Yeah.
It's
Officiating
is it could be better.
Yeah.
But Jaquan McMillan, our other corner, because Pastor Tan is out, he had 2 sacks and 1 pick on the day. He just got in Mahomes' head.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what we needed. But those 2 sacks contribute to, we're now at 49 total sacks on the season.
Is that league leading or
league leading by 15, 17? I don't know.
It's
Really?
by a huge margin.
We are on track to demolish the 1984 Bears sack record. The record is 72. We're at 49 right now, and we got, just looking ahead to the rest of our schedule, we got Commanders, Raiders, Packers, Jaguars, Chiefs, and Chargers.
Oh, God.
And so I've got some hope, especially in that Commanders game, the Raiders game. They've been struggling. The Jaguars, I feel like if we just can get in Trevor Lawrence's head, we could overwhelm him. And then the Chargers don't have an O-line. So they're all traffic cones down in Los Angeles. But
yeah, I might need to suit up for them.
Yeah, at this point.
You'd be a better blocker than, what's his name? I don't know. Whoever they got down there.
Yeah.
But
The practice squad O-line.
No.
Rippy Dippy, my homeboy Joe Alt, brother.
Yeah,
Joe
that
Alt,
was
Whenever
impressive.
a big man goes down, it's never a good day.
No,
Yeah.
it is not.
Sucks.
I wanna shift gears here for a second. Josh Allen returned to Josh Allen.
Dude.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen.
my note on that one, he's the second NFL player of the modern era to get 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns in a single game. The last one to do it, 2024, Josh Allen.
Yep. Wasn't that against the Rams?
Yeah, against the Rams last year. And then like the first one to do it was like well before the Super Bowl. I think it was like 1958 or something like that.
I think I only remember Josh Allen's 6 total touchdown game because I was playing against him in fantasy that week, and I was like to get me into the playoffs, and I lost. So like that's like the only reason why I hear 6 total touchdowns. I
Take that one to the counseling center if you remember that one off the dome.
I know. I'm so depressed. I mean, Josh Allen's back though. I mean, obviously the Bills have kind of had like a rough stretch for a little bit, but against Tampa, I mean, he looked like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, he probably could have had more than 6 touchdowns. Like I was watching some of the game, probably could have had more than 6 touchdowns. But this starts begging a question. I mean, Lions beat the Bucks, Bills beat the Bucks, and you look at the NFC standings here. Hold on, I gotta roll it up.
Are you saying Bucks are overrated?
I did not say that yet.
I don't know about that one.
I don't think they're overrated, but I will say the Panthers are clawing.
You think Panthers can take that back?
Look, I am a Bryce Young believer.
Oh, okay.
400.
I love Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. I was just looking at the schedule on ESPN. I did not realize Bryce Young had 448 passing yards.
Exactly.
He turned into prime
Point
time.
in-
Why didn't nobody mention? Did nobody mention that because Jacoby Brissett had 452, which broke the record.
Yeah,
and
that was
still,
not. That
and
was
still
not the bingo
lost.
card.
47 completions.
That
is
was
insane.
him breaking NFL record 47 completion. That was definitely not on the bingo card.
And still lost.
He still
still
lost.
lost.
But yeah, leave it up to Arizona to do that, and Jacoby Brissett for that matter.
Yeah.
Do you really think Carolina claws in your words this one back?
This season, no. But going forward for the rest, going into next season and stuff, I like the Panthers.
They're still building.
I think the Panthers. I mean, you come back to this, and hopefully I don't get like freezing cold takes here. Like you come back to this in 2 to 3 years, I think Panthers will be contending for the NFC South. I mean, their rebuilding is going good so far. I mean, Bryce Young's gaining confidence. You can see it in his play every week, and I like the Panthers a lot, and I think I like the Bucks too. I like Baker Mayfield to an extent.
I love Baker Mayfield. That's my boy.
Yeah, no, you
That's
can't.
my
You
boy.
can't not love Baker Mayfield because of how he plays and how he got there. But
Yeah, I mean, love a good underdog story. But I just going forward into next season, I like the Panthers. I don't know what it is. They're just like it makes my soul feel good.
I've always loved the Dave Cannell hire for Carolina, but I'm not ready to call them like an NFC South contender.
Oh, absolutely not.
Until we see Tampa actually, struggling, because they just got Emeka Egbuka in this year's draft. Their defense has been, I think, slightly more improved this year. Baker Mayfield was playing at an MVP level to start the season. I had him penciled in as MVP for a minute there.
And here's the other thing. They still haven't played the Buccaneers. They play them on December 21st and January 4th. You know what I mean? So it's still hard to gauge between the two teams. But obviously, Carolina's been buns for the last 3 years.
Yeah, no, but Carolina also has Seattle, San Fran, and LA on the docket.
Yeah,
they could lose out besides the Saints game in between all that.
And that's exactly it. So that's why I'm not fully in on this yet. But I think you give it a few more years, and obviously, I mean, you look at the Buccaneers. I mean, Mike Evans, he's only getting older, injured. I mean,
do you think Mike Evans even comes back?
That is a great question. That's honestly something I was thinking about a few days ago. That injury against the Lions. I mean, he's not going to have that streak of 1,000 yards anymore.
No.
Once he comes back, just throw him 300 yards a game.
Yeah, exactly. Get it back up.
the
Get it back. Get him 2,000 yards. That way he makes up for this season.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a football analyst. I'm just a meteorology major. But
I'm just the weather guy.
I'm just the weather guy, man. But what I will say is I like the Panthers. I believe in Bryce Young, Xavier Legette, and all of them. I like the offense, like the defense. Once the Buccaneers, I mean, Mike Evans retiring and stuff, but you still got, Emeka Egbuka now. I mean,
That's true.
He is lights out.
I think that's also why they drafted him that way. Because did they trade up for him? I can't quite remember.
They didn't trade up. Okay,
No?
so the impression that I've been getting, or that I got early in the year, was that Denver picked at 20, Tampa picked at 19. We've always wanted a wide receiver threat. We were talking about it pre-draft, and we had our eyes on Emeka Egbuka. And then the Buccaneers came in and took him at 19.
Well, you had Jerry Jeudy. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy. I was just thinking about that. He's just a guy.
Just a guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
that is foul.
But yeah, no, that's totally valid. Yeah, but no, I think that came at a perfect time for Tampa to, you realize that Mike Evans, he's still putting up good numbers, but he is getting old, and eventually you got to replace the tire. What perfect time? Pick up Emeka Egbuka, and he's picking up right where Mike Evans left off.
And same with Chris Godwin. He's hurt all the time.
Right,
And
exactly.
You need that reliable wide receiver threat that's going to be the best ability is availability.
Right.
And if he can actually play the games and not get hurt, that's exactly what you need. So it was the perfect pick for Tampa, I believe.
Yeah, and like NFC South standings, it's Buccaneers at 6-4, Panthers at 6-5, Falcons and Saints. Falcons might be one of the best 3-7 teams of like
Exactly. They're the most talented 3-7 team
Oh,
I've ever seen.
and Michael. Okay,
Elephant in
unfortunate.
the room.
Michael Penix just announced he's on IR, probably done for the season. It's Kirk O'Chain's time, baby.
It's Kirk
We're bringing
Vember.
it back. Kirk Vember, baby. He's bringing it back.
Dude.
Taking the old man out of the home. I love Kirk
Imagine
Cousins. I
if the
can't not love him.
Falcons just-
You like that? You like that?
Netflix quarterback superstar for 2 seasons. I still haven't finished the second. Well, actually, no, I did finish the second season. And he's just like, yeah, I got benched. I get to see my family more often. That's pretty cool.
I mean,
that's valid. I moved away from Minnesota and everything I love just to play like 10 weeks. That's crazy. I'm like, yep. That sucks, buddy.
That's
But no,
how the
I
league
love the
goes.
guy. Michigan State, he's a Christian guy. Yeah, definitely, that's my thing. But you can't not love him. You can't not love the Unk status, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting how he does.
Uncle
Oh, wow.
Because you had 3 wins. What do you got left to lose at this point?
Not a whole lot.
Throw them in there.
I'm excited for Falcons and Cardinals on December 21st because the
Oh, man.
Why are you
Oh,
excited
man.
for that one?
Oh man,
dude, because the Cardinals are also one of the best losing record teams in the league, in my opinion.
that's gonna get flexed to what would we even put that on? Like, I was gonna say Nickelodeon, but they already do that.
They already do that.
Timu at like
Timu.
at like
Timu at
9
Timu
a.m.
Plus.
4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm so excited for that game. I shouldn't be, but I love the the little games that mean nothing. Like those are the best games in my opinion.
Right, exactly.
Oh man.
Okay. I'm just trying to take a look across the entire NFL standings right now. And I'm trying to find a blazing hot take. But all these standings are pretty much how... Oh, wait. I guess other than the Colts, all these standings are pretty much how I expected them to be coming into the year. Except for, Colts and Bears. I don't like them at the top of their division. But let's talk about the Colts. They've got a little bit of a bumpy schedule coming up.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's not going to get any easier for them.
They beat the Falcons in overtime. They've got the Chiefs this week.
They should be able to handle the Chiefs. I feel.
The
Well,
Colts always have the Chiefs number. I don't know what it is, but even when the Colts, I think they had like Carson Wentz or Taylor Heineke or something like that. They still upset the Chiefs in a 4-win season, and so I don't know. Is this
Kansas City and Seattle are probably their 2 biggest worries. San Francisco maybe, especially because it's a Monday night game. But I still think I think the Colts are well stocked to be able to take out San Francisco. So if you take Kansas City, maybe drop Seattle, I think they're going to be chilling. Does that get them good for top of the AFC? Because you got to consider how Broncos and Patriots are doing.
If you only drop 2 the rest of the year, it should be fine. I mean, the Patriots, they got a babies off schedule. I guess
Charmin soft.
Charmin-soft, that's what I'm going for.
Drake, May.
Drake, May. He's probably going to... I don't want to say win out, but he's going to get close.
I want to bump back to the Colts real quick. I mean, out of the next 7 games, 4 of them are divisional games. 2 against the Texans, 2 against the Jags. So I mean, obviously, we know how divisional games are.
I see no reason why the Colts can't take the AFC South.
Oh,
There's nothing from any of the other teams that. And I mean, first off, I forget the Titans even exist. Let's be honest. But there's nothing. There's nothing with Houston and Jacksonville that really gives me the wow factor. That like, oh yeah, they're gonna get it. Like C.J. Stroud is still hurt.
I'm just saying for
he plays
seeding
tonight against
sake.
Buffalo, or not Stroud. He's out tonight against Buffalo, and Davis Mills is back. The thing about Jacksonville, they just blew out the Chargers 35-6.
See, okay, Jacksonville's a decent team. They're definitely on the rise for a number of reasons. I mean, Liam Cohen, I think it was a good pick for him, especially with how he's turned around.
Duval.
Yeah, whatever. But I don't think they have enough to be able to take the lightning in a bottle that the Colts have got, because, I mean, they're really investing on Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they went all in. 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. I'm still...
That's
such
such that they overvalued him. I'm sorry. They did.
No,
but, I mean, I also don't blame Aaron Glenn for selling house, too. Because that's what I would do in his situation with the Jets.
Rebuild.
It's just rebuild. Like, there's so many holes here. Get rid of your best guy on defense? Maybe not.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, but at least you got a decent price for him.
Speaking of the New York Jets,
Hibby.
QB change.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're going with Tyrod.
Yep.
That's right.
So Justin Fields benched. I
feel bad for the guy.
I do too. I mean, they play Baltimore. And Baltimore is 2 touchdown favorite.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, let's replace Justin Fields with our holy grail, Tyrod Taylor. Ooh, like, I mean, I get they don't have many options available, but like, dude, really?
Yeah,
that's the best you got?
All he did was a step back.
All he did was step back.
You're right, exactly. And like at this point, if you're Justin Fields, do you just go to the CFL at this point? Yeah, I like because like this is like the third team this has happened for.
Yeah, and like the Jets too. I mean, Garrett Wilson's on IR, so your best receiver's on IR too. I mean, just tank for the draft.
Your only receiver. I don't even know anybody else on their roster.
Yeah,
I know Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, Garrett Wilson, and I did know Sauce Gardner. Everybody else couldn't tell you.
Yeah, like that's so real. That might actually
and then,
be real.
The thing about the Jets is like if you want to go quarterback, this is not the year to do it. Because, I mean, you got maybe Fernando Mendoza. You've got Dante Moore. Julian Salen, not yet.
You got 1 million first-round picks now, though.
Yeah, you've got all kinds of first-round picks, but...
Do you just go Cleveland strat and just draft 2 quarterbacks of the first-rounders?
Bro.
No.
Please,
please don't even put that in their minds. Don't even put that in their minds.
Yeah, no.
The owner's going to look at their Madden ratings, and then
I forgot. Oh, man, I forgot about that, too. That's impressive. That's impressive.
I forgot Alan Lazard is on the Jets.
Alan Lazard. Talk about a guy. Couldn't tell you anything about Alan Lazard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because they had some.
Buddy.
They had some old Packer wide receivers when Aaron came by.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he came in, tore his Achilles, played mediocre,
and then dipped.
Left and refused to elaborate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I remember watching that first game live, and I'm like, did that just happen?
Oh, the Monday night game?
Yeah. I'm like, did that just happen?
Bro, I love that image. I love using the Aaron Rodgers running out of the tunnel meme.
I'm sorry.
Like that, I mean...
That was the highlight.
That was so fun.
I will forever be an Aaron Rodgers unappreciator. I know he's a great ball player.
Future
I know he's got a future Hall of Famer. He's got all these numbers. He won a Super Bowl. Don't care.
Where do you put Rodgers top 5 or top
all
10?
In current quarterbacks?
Just all time.
All time.
Ooh. See, now this is a question I like. Oh, that's hard.
I feel like I like to just drop these deep questions.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're just talking ball.
Just talking ball.
See, we could report on the numbers all we want, but we do this show just for our incredibly hot or lukewarm takes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wish we could do this for more than an hour because there's so much I would love to get into, or we can do multiple days in a week if we really wanted to. Do I consider Aaron Rodgers top 10 quarterback of all time? Can I even name 10 better quarterbacks? That's a good question.
I have him in my top 10. I will say that.
If he's top 10, he's definitely on the bottom half of that.
That's what I'm saying.
He needs more rings. He does have no wait, am I thinking the wrong guy? 4 MVPs?
Are MVPs and rings?
I think he's got at least 3.
Yeah.
Or
Let's see,
MVP.
Brady.
Manning's got 4 MVPs. I'm thinking.
I'm just trying. I'm in no particular order. I'm trying to think. Brady, Stafford.
Stafford.
I would 100% put Stafford top 10.
I like that take.
I would 100% put Stafford top 10. I would put Stafford above
know
Aaron
about that.
Rodgers no matter what. I do not care.
Hear me
Give
out.
Stafford another ring. If he wins the Super Bowl before he
Does Stafford have
retires.
multiple MVPs?
No.
Has Stafford even won an
Shoot.
MVP?
He has
Yes. There's no.
Did he?
Did he?
Hang on.
What?
Hang on. Am I just talking out?
Yeah, we're talking out of the behind right now. Like, what are you talking about? I think I love the Lions. I love my Detroit Lions. Did that man a little dirty? I mean, he's above 500 for the first time in his career.
Yeah.
As of last week. He's been in the league about as long as I've been alive. So
Stafford has not won an MVP. Where did I get that from then?
He's probably going to win it this year.
He's won
It's
a comeback.
award now, and
dude.
Offensive MVP of the 2015 Pro Bowl.
Wow.
Let's go.
that helps.
Okay. Shoot. Then I might have to concede that one.
Are Super Bowls and MVPs a QB stat? Here's another good question. Inside of the question, we got questionception going on.
Can we answer with just one question first? We
Yeah,
keep
let's
going
answer
way
it.
off the rails.
Well, no. This is a question that we need for this question. Because hear me out, right? If we're ranking QBs, we got to, and you guys are talking about MVPs and Super Bowl wins.
Okay,
Is
but
that a stat that goes into
If you're only
this?
looking at statistics, Tom Brady, yes, he's statistically one of the best quarterbacks out there, but athletically,
He is the best quarterback.
No, Tom,
Of all time.
Brady is. Brady is.
He's-
top.
Brady
I don't
is the
care
top
what you think.
quarterback.
He's the best of all time.
I don't
but
think-
if you take away the MVPs and the rings, like you're suggesting, what are we?
Oh,
what
okay.
is
I was
it?
just about to say. I thought you were in defense of that at first. I was like, what?
Oh, I'm not suggesting. I'm just asking you guys. I'm just asking you guys. I think they are a QB stat in terms of like all time.
They support your resume, yes.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, but obviously, and you got to have a good offense too. So I mean, it's one of those like gray areas. I see a lot of debate on it online, and it's like,
Well, Brady for one was one of the guys where you could plug him into any offense and he would instantly improve it.
Yeah.
Stafford was a guy you could plug him into any offense and instantly improve it. Aaron Rodgers right now, absolutely not.
no,
Could he in his prime? Maybe.
I mean,
Does that dock him points on this conversation? No, I don't think so, but it should definitely be considered. Is my reasoning. I mean, Stafford. I mean, what? Stafford's almost. I mean, what? He's like 36.
Yeah.
And he's still playing like crazy. Rodgers, I mean, okay, I get it. Rodgers got like 6 years on him still, but like, again, it's you're comparing apples to oranges. You compare 36-year-old Stafford to 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers when he was 36. I mean, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. He was probably playing like how Stafford is right now.
Matthew Stafford he's thrown for 2,557 yards, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That's the most impressive one.
That is insane. I feel
That's
like
accuracy right there.
that is accuracy. And okay,
Doesn't even need
that's
his
a different
eyes to throw
topic.
half those.
I was gonna suggest, does he win MVP? Does Jonathan Taylor win MVP? But that's a different.
No, actually,
conversation.
that was the next thing on my tab was the NFL awards odds. Stafford's leading the way. I don't know how much we can talk about odds with it being, we're not technically allowed to condone anything that has to do with money. So whatever we say, we do not want to influence what you do with your money, do with your choices. But we just want to talk about what ESPN's got out here for the potential favorites for all the awards. That being said, Matthew Stafford is at the top of the MVP race as it stands, and I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree to an extent. For quarterbacks and MVP turning into a quarterback award, I would put Matthew
Admittedly.
Stafford as the MVP.
What
if
I would
not, I'm giving it to Jonathan Taylor. all day.
Absolutely. If I have the opportunity to give MVP to a non-quarterback, I will take it, and Jonathan Taylor more than enough deserves it. I think he's been more of an impact player than Daniel Jones has been for the Colts, hands down.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
For just sheer aura alone. Which
Is
Sheer aura.
okay, guys. Is aura a quarterback stat?
okay,
Bro.
okay, wrap.
What-
No.
I mean, if we're talking about players of aura, I mean,
Okay, compare the two aura: Drake May, or 9.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. It could only go either way. Drake May could have been exactly how we think about 9.
9 is fake aura.
Dude, okay, like
You know what it is? Because JJ gave 9 to himself, and the community gave Drake, May,
Exactly.
Drake. I don't even know what I'm saying. Exactly.
Drake,
you gotta
Drake,
earn.
May.
You gotta earn the aura first.
Oh my gosh! I mean, yeah, JJ McCarthy, at Michigan, like, oh yeah, but
Here you go, Blake Corum.
let's look. Okay, all I'm saying is maybe Jim Harbaugh was onto something when he just ran the ball 35 straight times against Penn State that one game. That's all.
Really?
35.
Oh, I know. No, oh, wait. No, Jim Harbaugh was suspended that game.
Oh,
So it was
there's
Sharon
more
Moore. Anyway, they might be onto something.
I think JJ is a passable quarterback. I don't think he's going to be a franchise guy. At least that's how it stands. He still's got time to improve because he's effectively a redshirt rookie.
Yeah,
so
because that Achilles injury.
he'll be good. Give him time to develop and all that noise. But to get back on topic, so MVP Stafford, Drake May, Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor. That's your top. So if we really want to get into it, or offensive player of the year, that's where Jonathan Taylor's going to shine. He is by far and away the favorite on the board here.
If Stafford wins MVP, it's Jonathan Taylor's getting Offensive Player of the Year, although JSN has been absolutely
that was my next thing, is JSN.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, those are the two that are really only in the race. Everybody else is like way out of it. JSN gets it if Jonathan Taylor's hurt. If they both play at the rate that they've been playing now, JSN only gets it if Jonathan Taylor gets hurt.
100%. And then defensively, I mean, it's Myles Garrett.
It
has to be.
I don't. You know what I don't understand though? Why is Micah Parsons up here?
I was just about to say.
Why is Micah Parsons up here? What has he done?
Myles Garrett. I don't know about that. He got
really.
He has 15 sacks, dog.
Half of those came in 2 games.
Good.
That's what I'm saying.
But
good
against a bad team with no O-line.
Okay, understandably, but he's still gonna probably break the sack record.
This is true. If he breaks, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna eat my words.
Good.
Will.
But why is Micah Parsons up here over Hutchinson? Micah Parsons 8 sacks. Okay, you probably get better numbers over just sacks.
Yeah, but Hutch. Obviously coming off of the fibula injury. 7.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 21 tackles.
Not gonna lie, going into this, I thought Hutchinson had more than that. So
he almost had an interception though. Was it against Philly? I don't know. It was one of the games. All the games blend together. We're so far into the season.
Okay, yeah, he's got 4 straight games with a forced fumble midway through the season right there. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was all aboard the Nick Bonito hype train.
That one I could also
obviously.
understand.
That
one's. I don't know about that anymore. He's only got 22 tackles, 9.5 sacks, no forced fumbles, no picks.
I think he'll be runner-up.
He could be runner-up. Micah Parsons isn't the runner-up, unlike whatever ESPN's suggesting.
We can talk all we want about runner-up, but it is going to be Myles Garrett. You got 15 sacks, and the next guy behind you at 8.
You need what? 8 to break the record? Is that right? Or
it's 25.5 as the season record.
Gotcha.
And we have how many games left? 8 games? 7 games?
7, maybe
7.
I think 7 games. So we're going to week 12.
Yeah, 7.
Oh yeah.
God, how are we already at week 12, man? How are we already
time
talking about?
Before we run out of time here, let's go to offensive rookie and defensive rookie.
Okay, this one I can offensive rookie I can throw hands for a little bit here.
The top odds are Emeka Egbuka than Jackson Dart. What do you guys think?
Egbuka.
Out of those two?
Out of those two? Out of the top 2.
Emeka Egbuka. Out of the top 4, if you throw in whoa. I've never been good at this one. Tet McMillan, we'll just go with that. And Tyler Warren. I'd love to see Tyler Warren.
I'd love to see Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren would be fun.
But when was the last time a tight end's won it? I can't even remember. It's usually a receiver or running, or either a quarterback, receiver, or running back, wherever,
Yeah.
I think Egbuka is going to win it because of the contributions he's made to that injured Buccaneers wide receiver room. Like we talked about a little bit earlier, he's in there fulfilling the role of Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and as a rookie, how much success has he had? And so I think he wins it just based on that alone.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually completely valid. I think he convinced me on that one. I think the only reason why Jackson Dart is lower than him is because, I think the only reason why he's really up there is because he's the best performing rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Has he been an absolute superstar? No, I don't think so. I don't think he did much to completely turn over the Giants' favor. and who knows how he's going to be with the concussion now if he's going to come back when he comes back. I think the only reason he's up there is because he's the best performing rookie quarterback. He maybe contributed to the Giants winning 1 or 2 more extra games than if they didn't have him, but they also have famous Jameis, so you never know. But yeah, I think for all those reasons, Chance, I think Emeka takes that one.
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year?
Yeah, the defensive rookie.
I'm not.
Who?
Yeah.
What defensive?
I don't know
rookies
any
are
of
there?
these guys. I'm going to be completely honest. I see Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter's
at
only
6.
up there. Abdul Carter's the definition of almost there. It's like he's almost had a number of sacks. He's almost had some picks. He's almost forced plenty of fumbles. But it just isn't there in time. He's just a second too slow, or the ball is thrown just a little bit early. And so...
Yeah, understandably, I cannot tell you who any of these guys on defense are. Carson Schwessinger is the top linebacker for the Browns, which is interesting because you would think that Mason Graham, their first-round pick, would have been above him, but I guess not. I mean, linebackers are a bit more impactful than interior D linemen.
Yeah.
But we can get past that one. Coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, Shane Steichen, Mike McDonald are your top 3. Ben Johnson, no.
Nope.
I'm sorry, bias all aside. Don't get me wrong, you got the team to 7-3. That's impressive. Their play style looks a lot more fun. But like we mentioned earlier in the pod, like they're going to fall off.
I offer my take, Kyle Shanahan. He's been able to pull out all these games despite the injuries.
No.
Okay.
No.
Everyone's been injured, and he's still winning despite that.
Okay, I understand that much, and he does that like every year. But you can't overlook Mike Vrabel, man.
Vrabel has been insane.
First-year head coach, top of the AFC, very likely the division favorite. That's Vrabel. Shane Steichen, also kind of the same story, too. He's just the only reason why he's behind is because the Colts are behind the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald, too. Like, that's with the Seahawks, right? I'm remembering
Yeah.
that right. Okay. Yeah. So, again, also that kind of thing because, you completely replace your quarterback, and, that nobody expected that team to be good in the preseason. So, again, boom. I think that's a good 3-way race right there with Vrabel ahead, and it just entirely depends on how those teams finish.
100%. 100% agree.
Mm-hmm. For comeback player,
I think
this one's just weird.
Didn't they say they wanted to shift more to like injury based or?
Yeah,
I think that's what they were starting to do. And then top 3. Let's go top 5 favorites: Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, Aiden Hutchinson, Stephon Diggs, and Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, this entirely depends on what your definition of comeback player is. If you want to talk injury, then yeah, it's those top 4. If you want to talk in just sheer production, that'd be probably T-Law.
Or Daniel Jones.
Where even is he on this?
I don't even know if he's in the odds.
I don't even see him here.
I don't even see him in the odds.
Oh, yeah, okay, so they definitely want to shift towards, like, injury stuff, because I see Dre Greenlaw, Rashee Rice, that's funny, Chris Godwin.
He's coming back from...
So much for Chris Godwin being up here, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, I would have given it to Joe Burrow coming into the year, but...
Yeah.
He's got yet to play. Actually, you know what? It should be coming back this week, so do you think... Well, no, it's comeback player from the year from the previous year, not necessarily within the year. Or at least that's my understanding of it. Otherwise, he would be up here. They put J.J. McCarthy on here. Because sure, Ricky Pearsall, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. If you would have asked me a few weeks ago, I probably would have said Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, but the crappy thing is, like, he's just not up to the same production that he was last season. If he was or exceeded it, 100%, he'd be far and away the leader here, even ahead of Christian McCaffrey, because that guy wins this award every other year because he's hurt every other year, and he just balls out every time.
Yeah, so, I mean, probably will end up being an offensive player, my guess is.
It always is.
It's going to be probably Christian McCaffrey. He's at 707 yards on the year, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's getting a 1,000-yard season.
He's got the most carries in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's his award, I think.
I at this point in the season, I would agree with that. Now, Dak Prescott has been playing pretty good. I will say.
It just doesn't show up on the wins and losses.
Yeah,
though.
it does. The record does.
But
not
like that. Okay. In fairness, that shouldn't account into comeback player of the year. It shouldn't. It should just be individual player production.
Yeah, I mean, his regular season stats, he has 2,500 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. And this is, according to ESPN stats, the highest quarterback rating in the league.
Really?
QB rating of 75.1. It says it ranks first. So
Okay.
this is according to ESPN now.
Okay.
So
That brings up a good conversation then.
I'm just saying.
So, comeback player definitely between them and Hutchinson.
Oh, that was versus Philly. That was versus.
Oh,
that's the
okay.
QB
I was
rate
just about
there
to say.
versus Philadelphia.
I was like, that did not sound
Yeah,
right.
yeah. There we go. See, this
Because
is
like
why.
you would think that like some like Drake May or Josh Allen would have a better
Yeah.
QBR.
Yeah. So.
But like again, I would still believe it because he always just has a quietly good year because the rest of the team or the majority of the team around him just blows.
Yeah.
So that's why nobody ever really reports on it. But that's why I believed it. So I mean, he's still having a solid year. I think depending on how CMC does, if Aiden Hutchinson has an explosive game, maybe. I still think it's gonna go with CMC on this one.
Yeah, I would have to definitely second that. Where did my page go? I'm trying to find more stuff about Dak Prescott because I low key, like as much as like CMC's probably gonna win it, I kind of want to see Dak Prescott win it. I can't even lie. Like I mean, I used to not really appreciate him for but I feel like the narrative around him is like how like people don't like him is only because he's on the Cowboys. Like, I low-key think if he's on a different team,
I'll admit,
he'd be one of the most loved players in the league.
I'll admit, yeah, that's definitely my thing because how can you not like, yeah,
Here we
go. Okay, that's been memed out of existence at this point. So you know what? I think he called me out on this one. That it's simply because he's on the Cowboys that I'm not a fan of him. I respect him, but I'm not a fan of him because he's on the Cowboys.
He's a great
so,
guy.
Fair
I
enough.
just root against him because he's a Cowboy.
Yep.
Right.
That's exactly it. If he was like, different team, oh yeah. But
Right.
Cowboys.
Send him to the Jets or something.
No, do not do that to his career, dude.
Could you imagine,
Dude.
That'd probably be
a different team that needs a quarterback.
If that came through the wire during the offseason, Dak Prescott traded to the Jets, probably for like a ham sandwich, if you know freaking. Why am I blanking?
What?
For the Cowboys, Jerry Jones. If you know him, you would trade him for like a ham sandwich, dude. That would be insane. I would lose my mind. I think that about.
It's like the Micah Parsons trade.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. But I think that about wraps us up. We went like 7 minutes over, but who's counting?
Yeah.
I'm only wrapping it up because I got a lab to get to at 12:30. But thank you so much for tuning in. Hope we didn't waste your time. Again, my name is Brandt Beach.
I'm Chance Hamilton.
I'm Trevor Sparks.
And this is Just Talkin' Ball. If you could do us a favor, look us up on our Instagram. There's not going to be much there yet, but we'll be having clips of this show coming out soon. Just_talkin' without the G_ball on Instagram. You'll also see the full-length show on YouTube. Thank you so much